Damn, that's fabulous. Alright, this is a video that I've actually wanted to make for a while, but just haven't really had time. But, found a little time today. I'm back, so I'm finally got a little time to make this video here. And it's about the importance of art, why I think it's important, and what I think it has to say about society. So for me, I think that art is very important, as you can see. I mean, I've been interested in art since I was a child, right? If we go back here, I keep all this stuff because when I was a kid, I had the foresight, think, I'm gonna want to see all this stuff, 20 years later, right? So you can see I've been drawing since I was a kid. You can see this looks like this was my math notebook, and I drew all over it. I was getting in trouble all the time when I was a kid for drawing. A lot of times I would just draw in my notebook rather than doing the work. I got in trouble for that all the time. I may or may not have had ADD. And you can see even like it was apparent even in some of my school projects. Like you can see this is clearly influenced by like the art style of Family Guy. This was I think this was like an assignment that I had to do about the water cycle here in like middle school or something. So, and here you can see this is something from like third grade. I think this was supposed to be like the South Park art style. You can see like the hands and everything here and the facial expressions. This was definitely influenced by South Park. Over here, this was like a health folder from like 5th grade. I think that's supposed to be Cell from Dragon Ball Z, and these are like some like little guys that I made up. I don't know. There's a Triforce from Zelda. But yeah, so I was drawing from a very young age. So in middle school, I actually used to read books from this guy. My sister actually got me this for Christmas last year. This is Christopher Hart. And he teaches you a lot of like cartooning methods. So I remember going to the library when I was probably like 12 or 13, and I would rent like one of his books like every other week, and would just practice and practice until it became I have tons of sketchbooks and just doodles that I would make in like in the spare time, right? Like just tons of like random stuff that I draw like in my spare time. I draw like stuff from like popular culture and like cartoons. I draw, I just make my own stuff. I think this is like a character of Gus from Breaking Bad. And so now just here's Rick. I don't know what this is. I think this one was Trippy. So walrus, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I would draw stuff. I would just draw whatever came to mind. So that was that's me. But the reason that I think art is important is because it provides social commentary. Just as you can see, like I draw whatever I was interested in there. It's always been something I've wanted to do, is actually pitch like my own show. I made a couple of my own like original characters here too. But I think it speaks to the times, and that's why I think art is important, and you really can't put a price on that. And I think what's important is that you as the artist I guess you are making art for other people, but at the end of the day, you're making it for yourself, right? I mean, you have a vision, and you're trying to draw whatever or create or whatever your medium is that you want to get it across. I was watching a documentary about South Park, and Matt Stone and Trey Parker talk about how they really make the show for themselves. They take stuff that they think is funny, and it's really aimed as if each other were the audience. I mean, here's like a poetry project I did in 5th grade where we had to like, that's supposed to be like a fishing boat or something, and we used like pastels or something to color it in, and we had to like make a poetry thing and do that. This is a cool calendar from Nintendo Power in the year 2000 that I pulled out. I saved it. Here it is 20 years later. Oh boy, this one. Well, evidently in third grade, I didn't know how to spell properly. I just think I found it funny that I might have predicted January 6th before it even happened. Look, here's all the rioters in the senators and Congress people's offices, right? Here's the guy putting his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk. And there's people on the roof and the helicopter circling. So, what did I know in third grade, right? And yeah, and then some cool stuff that I just I like to collect, not just make my own art, but I love Bill Watterson, love his artwork. Calvin and Hobbes, great series throughout the late 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And I liked his humor too. This is a book that I got from detailing some of the artwork from a 90s anime called Tenchi Muyo. And this is some of the character models that they used for Ryoko and stuff. Who's my favorite character on the show, so this is pretty cool. Couple of Nintendo Power magazines from the early 2000s and 90s. I actually had to retrack these down on eBay because I had a couple of them when I was a kid, but they got thrown out. But I thought these were really neat. I like them for the artwork and everything. So yeah, I mean, whether it's drawing, painting, or movies, whatever the case may be. I mean, I think art is important. I think it kind of tells us, what's happening in society at that point. And that's why I kept, I have a whole folder, actually a whole box full of this is just a small sample. I have a bunch of stuff from back when I was in school. And I kept it because I knew as a kid I would want to look back on it as an adult and see where my mind was at then. I mean, you can see here I was clearly playing some Banjo-Tooie at the time. There's no way that this wasn't influenced by that. I think it's funny how you can actually see how my art style over time changed based on what I happened to be into at the time. So it's interesting, right? It's does society impact art, or does art impact society? It's the age-old question. But yeah, I've been meaning to make this video for some time, and just never really had any time to get around to it. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Is art important to you? Is it just a cope to pass the time? Is it something that we should celebrate, or is it just a waste of time? You guys let me know. But yeah, those are my thoughts. All right, take care, everyone.